folks, for 4 years under Trump, the common denominator to every talking point was either Trump was racist or he was literally destroying America. Never mind the record low unemployment, record high job growth, peace in the Middle East, and the highest consumer confidence in decades. But hey, literally destroying America. I mean, their arguments always devolved into this. You know, climate change, health insurance, COVID, whatever. Killing people. Remember this, Jem? When Donald Trump invented the vaccine, they told you not to take it.
If and when the vaccine comes. And it's not likely to go through all the tests that needs to be and the trials that are needed to be done.
If Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
When we finally do, God willing, get a vaccine, who's going to take the shot? Who's going to take the shot? You can be the first one to say, sign me up. They now say it's okay.
My, how times have changed. So for the DNC issued talking points, we looked up the definition of the word literally. And I want to focus on a part B of the definition used to emphasize truth and accuracy of a statement or description. You know, that's not what CNN does. But so, no, Trump has literally killed no one, destroyed nothing. The words they are looking for, however inaccurate their claims may be, are like tangentially, maybe even virtually, metaphorically, and as defined in the same dictionary, related to or of the nature of. Okay? And just like any old spelling bee or second grade grammar class, we're going to go ahead and use these words in a sentence, you know, for the so heavily educated liberals out there. Ordering a withdrawal from Afghanistan, like Joe Biden did, could literally kill Americans left behind. That's how you use it. Or try this. Having policies that entice people to brave hot deserts in the middle of summer to come to the country illegally is tangentially killing them. See how that works? Biden created a policy that gave people an incentive to take action that could potentially kill them. But when Joe says,
it is the most pernicious thing. This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle.
Because Joe couldn't get it out himself, all the surrogates took their marching orders and went on every network saying, literally Jim Crow. Now, Biden is metaphorically using something terrible that happened, never mind the fact that there's literally, there it is again, laws banning that type of discrimination. They're trying to tie that to the Republican policy by the party of the elite, the educated, the super sophisticated crowd that still isn't using the word literally correctly.
They're following all the safety precautions. People are going to sporting events that are bigger than this. This is going to be safe. This is a sophisticated, vaccinated crowd, and this is just about optics. It's not about safety.
Super sophisticated. They know everything except grammar. And then there's this, left literally to compare it to. They will send you their resume. They'll tell you what you're seeing is, or even holding in your hand, is a lie, unless it fits their narrative. Democrats do this all the time. Oh, I forgot. If they can't get you with that, they'll just call you a Nazi.
I'm not saying that Mr. Trump is a neo-Nazi, but they view him as a celebrity brand mouthpiece.
Trump has tweeted neo-Nazi propaganda in the past. It's a news cycle. It goes away.
It's a tactic that Nazis use. It's a tactic that dictators use.
That's why I sent him this card. Happy belated condemnation. I can't believe we did not see you condemn them sooner.
Now, these are arguments that are not literally or metaphorically or any other type of comparison to anything. What these beyond moronic talking heads are doing is using a rhetorical device totally incorrectly to exaggerate and use hyperbole. If, these are not outright lies, that in order to progress their own personal agenda, they will literally say anything. Well, which was the obvious hatred of Trump. They've had it from day one. But here, my friends, are actual examples of policies that are literally killing people.
How many American citizens remain in Afghanistan?
I don't know. Of the 2,000 over the last 24 hours, I think nearly 300 of them were Americans. We also want to take care of at-risk Afghans and special immigrant visa applicants. And so we're not we're not holding up a plane just to fill it with Americans and then sending it off. We are processing people as fast as we can.
Yet the mainstream media is silent. John Kirby, the Pentagon spokesman, as of last week, literally, there it is again, didn't know how many Americans were left in Afghanistan. Our interpreters who risked everything for us are literally being killed by the Taliban. And the mainstream media is basically silent on it. No comparisons to crazy historical blunders, no invites to anybody that is unwilling to be a stooge pushing their talking points, just stuff like this.
People come up to them to pose for photographs.
They're just chanting death to America, but they seem friendly at the same time. It's utterly bizarre.
And that is why our network is growing at the rate it is, because we don't play games like that.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.